This past weekend, one of the biggest trades in NBA history happened. Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. Let's talk about it. It was bad.
I mean, I have an obvious answer. Who do you guys think won the trade?
Well, I think obviously it was the Lakers. Like, they only had to give up one first-round pick, plus they only gave away. I mean, obviously Anthony Davis is a huge part of their defense and offense, but just them losing Maxi Christie as their guard, I don't think that was a big loss for them.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't that big. And, Luka, it's actually kind of a huge thing for the Lakers because they didn't really have someone to pass the torch to.
Yeah.
And because LeBron, I mean, is clearly almost done. And now they have Luka. They have another guy. And, I mean, that's kind of the Laker way, unfortunately, as Celtics fans. But, yeah, they have now a new awesome superstar to pass the torch to.
Yeah, if you think about the Lakers and their history, they have, consistently got, superstars in free agency and trades. They signed Shaq. They traded for Kobe. They traded for Kareem when that happened. That's always been their way. And LeBron, yep.
Yeah, I think, obviously, the Lakers won that trade. They traded away an injury-prone on his way out of the league. He's still doing good now, but I think the next 3 years he'll be on his way out. The Lakers got their future. I mean, Luka and LeBron, that's a win-now situation, obviously. I mean, they drafted Bronny. I don't think Bronny's a great player, but I just think they got their future. I think they have a stacked lineup now.
I think in the future, since Luka's only 26 years old, just entering his prime, I think it's going to be Luka, AR, and Dalton Connect.
That would be sick.
From the Mavericks' perspective, I don't know what they're doing. But if I'm trying to say what they gain from this, they have to win a championship in the next 2 years.
Yeah,
Kyrie and Anthony Davis is a good duo, and instead of two guards, they have a guard and a big.
Also, AD for the first time in his career doesn't have to play the 5; he can play the 4 under Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford.
I think
my big thing is, who are they going to start, Derek Lively or Daniel Gafford?
It doesn't matter. They're both so good. They have a good.
In the playoffs, they started both of them, and that was a big thing.
Just start all three bigs.
Yeah, and then
huge lineup.
And then they could have Kyrie and Maxi Christie playing the backcourt.
I don't know too much about Maxi Christie.
He's a great defender.
Yeah.
I think with Luka, although it's a huge market in LA, I think it's going to be a rental. I think he's a free agent going into the summer. I think he's going to sign one deal with the Lakers.
Yeah, one deal.
And then he's gone. I think now that he's left the Mavs, he's going to be a journeyman.
I saw on Bleacher Reports that he bought a $15 million house in Dallas.
A week ago.
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah.
And
I think it's going to be a rental.
Just getting your life uprooted without knowing. I think what's crazy is Jason Kidd had no part in the trade at all. It was fully the Mavs.
It's the sketchiest trade ever. Nico Harrison, he definitely went rogue from everything that I heard. Everyone, he asked, laughed in his face. I think he lost his mind.
Yeah.
This trade is so bad that Luka Doncic is such a high caliber player that people are acting like Anthony Davis is like Andre Drummond.
I mean,
just to say that you traded Luka because of his conditioning.
Exactly.
It's awful.
It has to be he had terrible drinking or drug problem.
Yeah.
Or he would not move.
He is
so good.
He is the best scorer in the NBA.
This is him at bad conditioning.
Yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, I don't understand it. You have your franchise guy to build around, and you give him away, and now you have an old Anthony. They have no one to build around. They can't build around Anthony Davis. They can't build around Kyrie Irving. These are going to be gone in a few years. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, from the Mavs' perspective, I think overall Luka was a total defensive liability.
No.
Yes, it was.
Even if offense is so good,
it doesn't matter.
They had so many good defensive pieces around him. They literally spent the last 6 years of his career building around him.
Their bigs are so good. They have two the rim. It doesn't matter.
Well, if they're looking for defense, it was a terrible trade. But how do we know that?
Why would
Luka,
they need
LeBron won't end up like Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and James Harden.
No,
on
the thing
bench.
is,
I bet you they will. LeBron and Luka, while LeBron is on the team, they probably won't
Although,
work very well together.
They're both very good playmakers.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Exactly.
much
Yeah.
different.
You know, they're
Yeah,
both
that's
good
what
I think
playmakers.
LeBron
They
could
lead
average
their
his
team.
most points in his career by next season, just because of how many passes he's going to be getting from Luka.
Well, that
he's
means
always been
LeBron
the main
has to learn how to
playmaker.
play off the ball.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
very true.
LeBron's
and so does
going-
Luka. Neither of them know how to play off the ball.
Yeah,
'Cause they-
And
right now.
Had
and
to
I was
have the
wondering
ball.
when
Yeah.
the trade first went through, why did the Mavericks need another rim protector?
They don't.
Like
Yeah, that
Derek
didn't make any
Lively is
sense.
20 years old,
But
Daniel Gafford is 27.
they need
and then
another score.
And then they add Anthony. Why would they need another scorer if they have Kyrie and Luka?
Why didn't
Yeah, they
they
have
just
the best
trade?
scorer.
Oh, well, you're talking about with Luka. Yeah,
Why
with
didn't
Luka,
they
they
go out
didn't need
and give
another
him
score.
Kyrie? Why would you trade away Luka knowing that you probably could have? You throw another pick in, you probably could have gotten Kyrie.
I
for
can
Anthony
answer this one.
Davis.
Nico Harrison is a lunatic.
Yeah, no, they have
He's lost his
two
mind. He should not have
two
a
of the
job.
best guards in the NBA, two great rim protectors, one that's 20 years old, and then you add on a 31-year-old. Just
You were just missing a piece of. You're just missing a wing. That's all they needed. Was
They're
going to
be paying Anthony Davis till he's 35, and we're graduating.
Yeah.
We are freshmen in high school.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah,
They could be
it's-
paying
it's bad.
Luka Doncic until he's 31
Yeah.
in the prime of his career. And this also screwed him out of a Supermax. So,
Yeah,
I
I
saw
just
he
don't-
lost 145
I don't know if
million.
he actually would have signed the Supermax with Dallas.
no, I
No,
saw
he
in an
would've.
interview.
He just
He
went to
said
the
that
championship.
He wouldn't
no,
have.
he literally said they asked if he had any doubt in his mind that he wouldn't have signed the Supermax, and he went, absolutely not. I was 100%.
The
signed
Mavs
that."
owner didn't even know. Mark Cuban
yeah,
didn't
Mark
even know
Cuban.
that they
Yeah,
Oh,
traded.
no,
Mark-
I think he sold the team.
No, Mark sold the team 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
He did?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
And
That's
also,
why
can we talk
bad
about the
decisions
De'Aaron
happen.
Fox trade and how bad the Bulls got fleeced?
Oh,
Like
that-
the Spurs, no, the
I mean, the Spurs are disgusting
Spurs
now.
GM
yeah, that's
Spurs-
stupid.
He's awesome.
They
He's
set them
a
up
genius.
for the future.
no,
He is a
actually
genius.
the Kings were only willing to give De'Aaron Fox to them for Wemby,
Mm-hmm.
and then the
Yeah,
Spurs
I
just
actually
say
heard about
they
that.
just randomly want to add the Bulls because the Spurs want
They
Yes,
they
they
needed
needed
another
all-
piece,
they
and then
needed
their
another
piece was
all-star.
Zach LaVine.
and then they bring DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine back together. And
So-
can we talk about how bad the Bulls are?
Bulls-
Zach Collins.
the Bulls are
Serious?
terrible.
Who did the Bulls even get out of
They
that
got
trade?
Zach Collins.
They got fleeced.
Zach Collins
Zach
and Trey
Collins,
Jones.
Zach
and
LaVine.
lost Zach Levine, who's
And
having
did they get
arguably one of the
any
best
And now,
seasons of his
well, now Levine and
They
DeMar
didn't
get to
pick.
play together.
And then
I think they
also,
got one
again.
pick.
can we talk about the Bulls' downfall? Having
Oh, they got their pick back.
having Lonzo, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan
Yeah,
having a very good year with all three. Lonzo got hurt, and they were still pretty good. Lose DeMar and Zach LaVine, now they only have Lonzo.
They're
It's
actually
just
terrible.
Vucevic.
Yeah, they
Vucevic
didn't gain
is-
anything.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, but the Spurs, if they get one or two more pieces, like
They're
they're
in a
elite.
win now situation.
Well,
No.
No.
well, no,
what?
no. Well, they have a
Absolutely.
No.
future, but they can still win right now.
Yeah, they can.
I think they're
they
going to be
can
like
win for the next 10
the-
years.
Who's gonna stop an electric De'Aaron Fox?
the
from
Spurs
finding
next
play?
year will be this year's Rockets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really young
Yeah.
and just like surprising the league. They're going to be a top team in the conference in a really stacked
Well, the thing
Western
is, I
Conference.
also think they need to get rid of Jeremy Shohan's contract, getting $15
Yeah,
million
it's
a year for
too much
him.
expensive.
Yeah.
Like he's not the type of player that can make $15 million a year, and he can't produce like that. They need a good wing.
Yeah, they
Like
need a wing.
if they could get someone in free
They
agency.
need Jason Tatum.
Imagine that team. Oh my god.
This GM is doing. He found his piece. He found his next franchise player. It's a generational prospect, and he built his team perfectly. He got De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle,
Stephon Castle,
Harrison
area
Barnes
51.
is playing amazing
Yes,
right now.
yeah.
Who else?
And they do have a veteran, Chris Paul.
Yeah, they got veteran Chris Paul
Yeah.
to teach him some of his
His
ways.
role is to now.
Even though
He
they're never
only
gonna
has
win
to
a
pass the
championship
ball.
with him.
He
on
only
the
has to
team.
pass the ball. He doesn't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
He got this train started. De'Aaron Fox is going to finish it. It's a great.
He's smart.
roster.
I would
very-
be
I'm
surprised
very
if they don't
excited.
get at least 2 championships in the next 10 years. Like
Yeah, I mean, as long as
Yeah,
Wemby's
they're
there,
going to.
probably.
if
I-
Wemby
I'm-
stays healthy,
Always-
I'm excited to see Wemby against Chet. Because
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
going to be two of the top teams in the league,
Yeah.
and then Sengun also, he's nasty on Houston. I love Sengun.
Yeah, that's going to be
He's like the one
Shaq
player
and
that's
Tim Duncan.
outperformed Wemby like on the post and the block.
Yeah, like they're
That game
And
was
John
like
Morant.
45 points.
yeah.
And
But-
John Morant.
yanked on him, but
Do we want to talk about the worst trades in NBA history?
Yeah,
Worst trades
just
in
history.
in
just
sports.
in
Yeah,
sports
we're-
history.
Worst trades in sports
Yeah.
history.
We're gonna go
We're
down
each
the
gonna
line.
we're each gonna do one.
Okay.
So, one that I thought of was in 1996 on draft night with the 13th pick, the Charlotte Hornets picked Kobe Bryant, and that same day, a little bit after that, they traded him for Vlade Divac, solid role player. It was Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bean Bryant.
I think
I
that's
wouldn't even
fine.
call him a solid role player. That guy was on the Hornets for 2 years.
I mean,
And then he went
it
to
might
the Kings. Yeah.
It might be like that might have been the start of the Hornets' downfall.
Oh,
They're like
no.
one of the worst
Well, I
franchises
thought
in
of the
history.
Charlotte Hornets was that
Yeah.
started the Hornets down.
That's a good point.
And then Michael Jordan takes over the team. It just goes downhill from there. I mean, at the time they were the Bobcats, right?
Yeah. Oh no, they were the Hornets, and then they switched to the Bobcats.
And then back to the
Then
Hornets.
back
Yeah.
to the Hornets, yeah.
So
They're
I
just
think-
like all over the place.
and then once they
Mess
got
up
Adam
things.
Morrison, I think their just time as even a somewhat decent team was over.
I would say that's one of the more like not talked about moments in
Oh,
NBA
yeah.
history.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very
It changed
Yeah.
so
Changed
much of the
everything.
course of NBA history.
Like that's 5 championships.
Yeah, that's
so like
5
it could have happened in
A
Charlotte,
three-peat.
but Charlotte just gives them away.
yeah, I mean, and then you see like maybe Shaq goes to Charlotte, and
Maybe
then
Shaq
yeah,
goes.
like
Mhm.
you never know. Like that could have been.
That's
crazy.
like a whole
And it
gap of years.
Yeah.
it also changed
Fully
Kobe's career too. Because
Yeah.
is Kobe still loyal?
Yeah.
Is Kobe loyal his whole career?
Because
Prob-
why the hell would he
probably
wanna
not
stay
to
in
Charlotte. Yeah,
Charlotte?
probably
Kobe
not
was
to
never
Charlotte.
really like loyal. He wanted out of.
He
LA,
wanted out
like,
but they
what year
would
was that,
only
like
give him
2006?
Luol Deng.
Yeah.
Luol Deng.
Yeah, there was.
He wanted to go to the Bulls,
All right,
right?
next. Who's next? Next.
Mine. I'm switching to baseball here. Is just the Red Sox giving away Babe Ruth. That was really sad.
Yeah.
That was really dumb. I don't really know too many details about the trade. I don't even really know who. I think it was cash.
It was
they got-
cash, so
we
we
got
could
cash.
make like a movie or something.
We got cash for Babe Ruth, and it was probably $100 in cash.
I mean, which is probably like
A lot of money.
5 million.
Yeah,
a
no
week's
more.
worth of groceries.
Yeah. But I mean, and then the Red Sox proceeded to go on. Is it the longest drought in MLB history? No,
Right?
the Cubs.
The Cubs.
It's one of
Yeah.
the curse of the Bambino. That was awful.
So my trade was in 2011 with the 15th pick. The Pacers selected Kawhi Leonard and immediately traded him by the next pick to the Spurs. And I don't even know who they got, honestly.
George Hill.
Yeah,
Right?
George Hill. George Hill, and he was on the team for. And I don't know why they liked him so much. Every time he'd leave, they just bring him right back. Like, they just loved George Hill. He went to the Bucks. They went, and then they just wanted him back. And Kawhi ended up winning 2 championships with the Spurs.
You
And-
too?
Yeah,
Yes.
2.
Jeez. Yeah.
And
2 chips.
I mean,
And then
they
one
did
with
end
the
up with Paul George a couple years later, but
No, they only won one with the
Yeah.
Spurs.
One with
I
the
thought it
Spurs.
was
One
When he
with
won
the
the
Raptors.
Spurs, and he
one
won
with the Raptors.
Finals MVP.
Yeah.
For my trade, I kind of have an honorable mention, which I think is kind of a sleeper trade, which was Kyrie for Kemba. It was terrible for the Cavaliers. Kemba ended up out of the league 2 years
Isaiah
later.
Thomas.
no, you mean
Isaiah
Isaiah.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas. Oh my God. Same type of player, I guess.
No.
Isaiah Thomas ended up out of the league. Now he's in the G League. He's doing well, but still, I think getting Kyrie, even though he left us, he's still an NBA star compared to 5'9" Isaiah Thomas. And then for I think the worst trade in NBA history was the Brooklyn Nets giving us our 2 first-round picks to get Jason Tatum.
Two.
And,
Oh,
No,
there
we
was
got
like-
like
we got like
We got
six.
more
Well,
than 2,
the-
but
We still have picks.
well, like the
picks
two
coming up.
the 2 key picks
Yeah.
that gave
Yeah.
us Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, which
has already
basically
gotten us
gave
a
our-
champion.
And
Which
it
has
was
already
for
got-
for high 30-year-old Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do anything.
They didn't
with
do
them,
anything. They
And,
Yeah.
and which
So,
way worse.
which got us a championship already. It's gonna get us 6 more in
Yeah.
the next few years.
probably.
and then plus that also drafted Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
That
And
guy
then
was
did
Peyton
we
Pritchard.
trade one of those to get Porzingis?
No.
Did we trade a first to get Porzingis? No.
But
No, that's how we got Al Horford. We traded 2 picks for Al Horford.
Yeah, we're going
Alright,
back.
what's
Okay,
next?
so
Finally got
these
him his
poor
chip.
Red Sox with bad decisions.
this
I
one's
mean,
my least favorite.
I am so mad about this to this day. How could you give away Mookie Betts for, what was it, Alex Verdugo?
Alex
Alex
He's on the
Verdugo.
Yankees now.
Alex Verdugo.
Jeter Downs.
Jeter Downs.
Jeter Downs, yeah. I don't know. I am so.
Oh my god.
Mookie was probably my favorite athlete until he left.
Yeah.
And I remember that
I can't say he left because he got.
he got traded.
But
But
did he even want to leave?
No,
Uh,
he didn't want to leave. He won MVP 2 years prior.
And he also
He
just
had-
did
he
an,
won
he also
MVP.
just did an interview. He said Boston was his favorite place ever. He
Yeah,
loved
didn't he
Boston.
also just win us a World Series?
yeah, he
he
won
had
us a
just
World
won us a
Series
World
and
Series.
100 games.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we traded him for
Alex Verdugo.
A bag of chips.
Yeah, a bag of
A
chips.
decent player who left within the next
$1.50.
3 years.
He was solid, and then he went to the Yankees. Jeter Downs did nothing.
I don't even know who that guy is.
No.
He played for
Yes,
the Woo Sox,
don't even know
and he
who
was
that is.
bad for the Woo Sox.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I remember him.
Uh-huh.
Can we talk about the Kyrie Irving Isaiah Thomas trade? I think that might have been one of the best plays by Kevin McHale, or not Danny Ainge ever. Like
Yeah.
Kyrie, because we ended up trading him for who?
Is that when we brought in Kemba?
Who?
No,
Who did we
no,
trade?
Kyrie for
We
Isaiah
signed
Thomas.
Kemba free agent.
Kyrie left.
Kyrie just left. But we ended up freeing up so much cap space and we were able to bring in Al
Kemba?
Horford. No, Al Horford was
Oh
already
yeah.
gone.
He was
No,
already
but
gone.
we traded Isaiah Thomas, who was literally on the outs of the league. He had a terrible hip injury that he was fighting through all the playoffs, and we ended up with an All NBA player off of Isaiah Thomas did just have an MVP type season.
I think it was extremely smart because the evolution of the athletic stretch big man in a 5'9" guard. If he goes anywhere near the rim, it was probably going to get blocked to the moon, especially with the athleticism of today's game. So I think trading him out and bringing in a more elusive and I think a taller player who can guard a little more off the switch was the smarter decision.
Yeah.
So
All right. Trade deadline ends tomorrow.
Talk about games.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, we have Milwaukee Woolies guys basketball team has a game tonight against Bartlett. Today's Wednesday,
Today is
February
Wednesday.
5th.
We're not gonna get
Monday.
Yep, and then Monday, we have Grafton at Grafton. That should be an exciting one. And then 2 days later, Wednesday, we have
St. John's.
St. John's.
That's gonna be a big game.
That's-
If you can
that-
go to that one, that's gonna be a good one.
Yep,
Yeah,
St.
no, I think
John's.
you got to go to Grafton though.
You must go to
Yeah.
Grafton.
You
Got-
have to.
yeah,
Is
Grafton.
Grafton at Grafton?
Yeah, Grafton at
Must-see
Grafton
game
on
at
their
Grafton.
on their senior night.
Especially after
Their
what,
senior
what,
night,
what
Yeah,
happened
senior night.
I mean,
yesterday.
yeah,
Wait,
we're
did they win this?
No, but
Um,
they let us know that they
and
don't
that-
like us after we
yeah.
tried to walk out. So
and St. John's closes out the regular season. That one should be very exciting. That could decide a lot of things for our team.
And then it's
then-
Clark, right?
And then straight into Clark
And then we
against
got
Northbridge.
and then we got
Yep.
Clark. So
that should be fun.
try and show up and yeah.
All right.
All right, that's all.
See you Woolies next time.